Okay, we're going to watch CNN show a map just 2 weeks before the 2016 election. Imagine watching this, what you may have thought of Trump's chances to win.
Back, our new CNN ORC national poll shows Hillary Clinton up by 5 points heading into the final 2 weeks. That's a narrower gap than some other national polls, but 5 points still pretty big for Secretary Clinton. The Obama-Romney race 4 years ago was 1 point on this day, a 1 point lead for the president. Want to take a look deep inside.
That's crazy. 5 points was a narrow gap compared to others.
The poll for some interesting nuggets to keep an eye on as we head into the final 2 weeks. Number one, look at the Midwest. Donald Trump's path to the presidency, I'll show you this more in a bit, was through the Midwest, through the Rust Belt states. But Hillary Clinton leads by 7 points right now in the Midwest. A big gain for her in places that matter come Electoral College.
And we won Wisconsin, and we won Michigan, and we won Pennsylvania, right? And that person is doing the map. And that person was saying for months that there's no way that Donald Trump can break the blue wall, right? We didn't break it, we shattered that sucker. We shattered it.
Look, that is such an underrated clip. I love that clip. That's so funny. We shattered it. Let's go.
Let's take it out west as well. Out west, Donald Trump needs to do better in the West. California influences this a bit, but still an 11-point lead for Hillary Clinton in the western states. I'll show you again in a second why that matters more. If you're Donald Trump, if there's anything encouraging in our poll, it's that you're running ahead among independents, a key swing group in the electorate. Donald Trump leading 45-41. But before he celebrates, Mitt Romney won this constituency by 5 points over Barack Obama among independents 4 years ago, and of course Mitt Romney lost the election. So that margin for Donald Trump, while it's one positive in our poll, probably not enough.
Probably not enough? What?
Donald Trump wins Wisconsin, surpassing the 270 electoral votes he would need to take the presidency.
Let's take a look at one other data point here. We come down to Florida. This one here is a little stunning. Hillary Clinton leading among voters age 65 and older, by 5 points, 50% to 45%. Among the most reliable voters in the country, Mitt Romney won those over age 65 by 12 points 4 years ago. Hillary Clinton leading Donald Trump. If that number holds up come Election Day, she will win the presidency.
That is a crazy poll. The 65 age voters, Clinton +5, according to this poll, and Romney +12 just 4 years ago. So that's a 17-point swing for Clinton.
Clinton leading, as I said, in the Midwest. That's Donald Trump's most viable path to the presidency. She has him blocked right now. Hillary Clinton leading.
Does she really?
Out west. Again, big influence for California, but Nevada, Arizona, and Utah are still in play. Hillary Clinton doing very well out in the Mountain West and the West, an area Donald Trump needs to do better if he's going to get the White House. And among older voters, Florida not the only state, but if Hillary Clinton is running ahead among voters over 65, well, that makes Florida look a lot better.
Have a big call to make now.
A big call right now. Donald Trump will win the state of Florida. According to the Fox News decision desk, he will win the 29 electoral votes in Florida. A very tight race, but he is pulling that off. As you can see, the crowds outside here cheering. 49% to 47% right now, but we can project that he is going to win Florida. That means he has won Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio. This is the triple states that he needed to win to make the path possible.
Hillary Clinton knows she has the advantage. Heading into the final 2 weeks, a brand new ad released just today in battleground states including Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Iowa, Nevada. Those are the states Hillary Clinton thinks matters most. Here's a closing message.
Notice they don't even circle Michigan, Wisconsin, not even circled on this map. I'm actually even a little bit surprised. Like, there was so much confidence about Pennsylvania. I mean, I guess it's a big prize, but
when someone makes the comment that they know more about the Islamic State or ISIL than do the generals, it implies a complete ignorance of the reality. But I believe Secretary Clinton really understands the threat that the Islamic State poses to the United States and to the American people. And I believe she understands how to wield American power to ultimately defeat this threat and to keep us safe.
That is amazing to watch now in 2025. Trump's record on ISIS was excellent.
But I defeated ISIS with the greatest generals. I had a guy who was so great. I flew to Iraq, and I met the real generals, not these idiots that we deal with. And we knocked out, I defeated 100% of the ISIS caliphate. They said it would take 5 years. I did it in a matter of literally a few weeks.
I don't even know if people on the left would dispute that. His record on ISIS, remember back in 2016, ISIS was top of mind in many news cycles. It was all over the place.
So help me on this one. She knows she has the advantage, a pretty commanding advantage when you go state by state through the Electoral College. You're coming into the close. We have 2 weeks. General Allen there, a distinguished service, not criticized, but an ISIS keep you safe. Donald Trump's not a commander-in-chief, not an economy ad. Why?
I think it's, from what I've seen, and clearly they haven't completely honed it yet, I think it's a pretty weak closing argument. It's kind of, we're reverting back to some of the trouble she had with messaging in the primaries. She has...
This guy actually makes a good point here.
Rocketed ahead to this commanding lead in some of these battleground states on the
by disqualifying him.
Right. We have still not seen her make a closing affirmative argument for herself that really gets into the texture of what her presidency would be. And you're totally right about the economy. The other thing I think that's really important that
Democrats still have not figured this out. What is their argument pro? I'll get to that more in a second.
We're not hearing what we heard at the end of the primary season, which was an appeal to the historic nature of her presidency. Have you heard any real fulsome statement by her about the fact that she might be the first woman president in the 240-year history of the republic?
Well, first
So he made one good point there and one very bad point. I heard that a bunch. And by the way, where she did the election night was this whole glass ceiling thing. So
what an incredible honor that you have given me. And I can't believe we just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet.
Hillary Clinton supporters tell me they're disappointed and shocked. Many of them saying they wish she addressed the crowd here at her election night party. Broken dreams and hopes under a glass ceiling still intact.
I don't know what happened. I literally don't.
It was definitely top of mind. Even her campaign slogan, I'm with her.
Will you get behind one of these candidates?
I'm with her. I have to say I'm with her. And I would also say that regardless of your politics, you cannot be a woman in the world and not see that this is a monumental time for women breaking the ceiling. Talk about breaking the ceiling.
Look, I've been watching her do this since 2008, really since 2005 on her reelect. I just think she's got a real problem making an affirmative case for herself, and she's got a ton of different messaging. If you're going to look at one takeaway from the WikiLeaks, the Podesta emails, a lot of it has to do with them struggling mightily internally to take this incredible array of stuff and jam it into some sort of appealing message. When you go out there and talk to voters, you find that
look, it's amazing. In 2024, Kamala really struggled to do that.
President Biden said this week that every president has to cut their own path. What is one policy that you would have done differently over these last 3.5 years than President Biden?
I mean, to be very candid with you, even including Mike Pence, vice presidents are not critical of their presidents. I think that really actually, in terms of the tradition of it and also just going forward, it does not make for a productive and important relationship.
He's now given you that green light with his comments that you can carve your own path. So now that you have this ability to say that to be on your own?
Well, no, going forward, there is no question that I bring my own experiences and my own life experience.
And the Democratic Party of today. It's fun to watch these videos through the lens of today in 2025. They still don't know how to do that. What is our affirmative argument that's not just Trump is bad?
Brace yourselves, Democratic tastemakers have a new communication strategy, new vibe, if you will. It's called, get this, dark woke. And it just received quite a write-up in the New York Times, which cast Representative Jasmine Crockett as the avatar of this new form of expression.
Dark woke? How about compete on issues? How about sell a vision? It's just so lazy. Oh, woke didn't work? Maybe dark woke? I don't know. So final part of the video, we're going to go back to the map and check that out. This is like taking away by the swing states. That doesn't even add up to the full amount of votes. 307, Clinton, so she's already won. 179 for Trump. How did things really go?
Arizona's 11 electors making it official, signing this ballot for Donald Trump.
To make a projection on the state of Utah, projecting that Donald Trump will win the state of Utah, which has been very contested. Evan McMullin and third party, a Mormon in Utah, gave Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton a run for their money out there. And that was very much in question.
Not really. In 13%. Come on.
Major call coming out of the vote. We'll try to get it up there, and it is Ohio. Donald Trump.
Projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of Florida. The AP projecting here that Donald Trump has won the state of Florida.
There we have another state to project it as the state of North Carolina. Big battleground state. It's going to Donald Trump. 15 electoral votes right there. One of his core four.
It is now official. Donald Trump is the first Republican presidential candidate to win Michigan since 1988.
There's a big old call to make right now, and that is Fox News is projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin. Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, and there goes her blue wall.
Some big news here, Megan. Huge news, actually. The AP now projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of Pennsylvania.
That is the race, frankly.
Again, it's my honor. It was an amazing evening. It's been an amazing 2-year period. And I love this country. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So with that said, I'll finish the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.